This is Matador News, and these are today's headlines. A Tennessee bus driver is arrested in a crash that killed 6 children.
These are just a few of the steps we will take to reform Washington.
President-elect Donald Trump releases a video outlining plans for his presidency and reschedules his meeting with the New York Times.
Beyonce, I was hurt.
Kanye West is hospitalized for exhaustion after canceling St. Pablo tour.
Hello and welcome to Matador News. I'm Jannette Alvarado.
And I'm Ke-Alani Sarmiento.
After canceling, rescheduling, and canceling again, President-elect Donald Trump meets with the New York Times. Donald Trump had taken to Twitter this morning to announce the cancellation of his interview because, he said, the terms and conditions had changed even though the Times says otherwise. Some believe Trump's decision to cancel comes after the Times published an article about this weekend's alt-right conference in D.C.
Hail victory!
Chair member of the National Policy Institute, Richard Spencer, made Nazi references and salutes when describing this new Trump era. The president-elect has denounced all racism from the alt-right. Based on tweets by journalists during this morning's New York Times meeting, Trump said he wishes to improve his relationship with the paper, but he's been critical of what he calls their tough coverage of him.
Trump turns to another social media outlet to release a message about how he plans to make America great again. His YouTube infomercial talks about his policy plan for the first 100 days.
My agenda will be based on a simple core principle: putting America first. Whether it's producing steel, building cars, or curing disease, I want the next generation of production and innovation to happen right here on our great homeland, America, creating wealth and jobs for American workers.
Trump also addressed trade, national security, immigration, ethics reform, energy production, and regulation reduction policies. He did not mention his plan to build a wall along Mexico's border and fight terrorism like he did during his presidential campaign.
The Trump administration will no longer pursue any criminal investigations involving Hillary Clinton's private email server. Senior advisor Cheyenne Conaway announced today during an interview that Donald Trump could potentially help Clinton heal with this decision.
President-elect, who's also the head of your party now, Joe, tells you before he's even inaugurated he doesn't wish to pursue these charges. It sends a very strong message, tone and content to the members.
Throughout his campaign, Trump repeatedly expressed his wishes to have Clinton investigated. He even nicknamed her Crooked Hillary and encouraged lock her up chants from his supporters. Based on legal protocols, the president does not decide on investigations and legal charges. Only the FBI and the Attorney General do. Clinton's email investigation has been closed by the FBI, but an open inquiry is still pending on the Clinton Foundation.
Los Angeles Mayor Garcetti says President-elect Donald Trump would cause social, economic, and security problems if federal funding to LA is cut. Garcetti spoke to students at a Boyle Heights High School yesterday concerning deportation fears. Trump has vowed to punish municipalities for leniency in illegal immigration policies. Trump's designee chief of staff told CNN the administration is considering funding cuts to so-called sanctuary cities. Garcetti said clean air programs and homeless funding will be affected if federal money does not come in. LAPD Chief Charlie Beck and Garcetti say police will continue to enforce Special Order 40, preventing officers from contacting someone only to determine their immigration status.
4 police shootings in 3 states in 24 hours rattle authorities across the country. The police attacks left 1 officer dead and 3 wounded. In San Antonio, 20-year veteran Detective Benjamin McMahon was found dead Sunday morning. A 20-year sergeant was shot in the face twice in St. Louis. He was released from the hospital yesterday. Officers in Missouri and Florida were also injured in open-fire shootings. The FBI stepped in on the nationwide manhunt for the shooters. San Antonio shooter William McManus was found and taken into custody. He said he was upset about not being able to see his son and apologized for lashing out at someone who didn't deserve it.
A Tennessee school bus driver has been charged with multiple counts of vehicular homicide, reckless endangerment, and reckless driving. Jonathan Walker drove a school bus into a tree, splitting the vehicle in half yesterday in Chattanooga. Among the 37 children on board, police officials found 6 dead. 20 were rushed to the hospital. The children were in kindergarten through 5th grade. The community is grieving, and some parents are concerned about their children.
It touched my heart because it
Lexi, I'm still reading another story.
And these are some babies that was trying to get home, and I couldn't imagine to drop my kids off on a bus stop and not see them again.
Woodmere Elementary School is open today, and grief counselors are available to students. Blood banks had a rush of people trying to donate. Walker's bail is over $100,000.
A tsunami warning is still in effect in Japan after a 6.9 earthquake hit Honshu Island. The tsunami may cause waves up to 10 feet high. Residents of Fukushima and Miyagi are urged to find higher grounds and are expecting the worst with memories of the 2011 disaster. A main concern is the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant, where an exclusion zone still exists with radiation levels too toxic for humans. No changes of radiant levels have been reported. The quake is much smaller than the one that hit 5 years ago. Aftershocks of 5.4 have been recorded since and are expected to continue and could be stronger than the original trembler.
A travel alert has been issued for U.S. nationals traveling to Europe after 7 people were arrested in an ISIS-linked plot. The individuals were arrested in Strasbourg and Marseille after anti-terror raids this weekend. Investigators believe they were directed by a terrorist operative inside Syria linked to ISIS. Credible information show planned terrorist attacks will continue in Europe, focusing on the holiday season and associated events. The U.S. Department is advising caution at Europe holiday festivals, events, and outdoor markets in the upcoming weeks. The alert targeting officials and private interests will expire February 20th of next year.
Now let's go to Julia Espinoza with more in business.
Another record day on Wall Street, and stock prices are open at a new record high. Shortly after the opening bell, the blue chip stocks went as high as 19,000 points. 30 brand name stocks are up 4%, including Coca-Cola, Walmart, Disney, and General Electric. At last check, Dow Jones was up 57 points and NASDAQ is up 11 points. Employees at Chicago O'Hare International Airport plan to strike in 1 week. Janitors, baggage handlers, cabin cleaners, and wheelchair attendants want a wage of $15 an hour. Some are paid a minimum wage of $8.25 an hour in Illinois. One United Airlines worker says they will stay on the job throughout the holiday.
We respect families traveling to be together, and that is why we're holding off our strike until after the Thanksgiving holiday. Our strike will start on Tuesday after Thanksgiving, November 29th. We hope the public continue to support O'Hare Airport workers as we fight for 15 and union rights so we can afford to raise our families and celebrate the upcoming holiday season.
The duration of the strike has not been determined. O'Hare is one of the busiest airports in the U.S., handling 77 million passengers last year. AAA estimates that 3.7 million people will fly throughout the U.S. over the Thanksgiving holiday. From Wednesday throughout Sunday, other workers around the country are planned rallies O'Hare Los Angeles International Airport and Newark Liberty International Airport on the same day. Holiday shoppers are preparing for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Let's go to Matador News reporter Zaida Diaz in the newsroom for more on the story.
As shoppers get ready for the holiday season, many are choosing between getting up early and lining up outside their favorite retailers, or opting for shopping from the comfort of their homes. Some seasoned students say they look forward to the deals that Black Friday and Cyber Monday provide.
Morning, but I think Black Friday is just too intense. It creates like a lot of like drama and traffic, but Cyber Mondays, I mean, I've been to Black Friday, it's fun, but Cyber Monday is also cool, so I don't know, I'm kind of torn between the two, but I think Cyber Monday is like a less dangerous option.
Black Friday, a little more classic, and I kind of like that classic feel. Cyber Monday, you don't really get the feel, you know, the urge, the rush, so I kind of like just the whole experience of the whole Black Friday.
I prefer doing Cyber Mondays because I work for a mall, so I know how it is. It gets crazy, and I don't want to be part of that. And then Cyber Mondays, you could just stay at home and get better deals.
A survey commissioned by NerdWallet and conducted by Harris Poll showed that 3 out of 4 Americans plan to shop Black Friday sales. And the National Retail Federation says Cyber Monday is also expected to contribute significantly to overall holiday sales. Major retailers are announcing their schedules and online deals. Best Buy, JCPenney, and Target are among those that are opening their doors as early as the afternoon of Thanksgiving Day. Many CSUN students disagree with this move.
I think it's really taxing on like the workers that work there, especially like people in retail and stuff. I know the restaurants I work in aren't open on Thanksgiving, so thankfully I don't have to work, but I just think it's really rude. Like it takes away from, it's just like so materialistic and like cool, you're getting deals, but you're not spending time with your family like you should be.
I feel like it's wrong. I mean, it kind of shows, how much money hungry we are now. Like I said, where's the natural feel? Where's the rush? Go hang with your family, be with your family, and then that's when you spend your money and worry about the other stuff. So.
Another annual tradition that sends money in a different direction is Giving Tuesday, which celebrates philanthropy. Many charities carry out donation drives online. Last year, Giving Tuesday raised $116 million online in over 70 countries. Now let's go back to Alfredo Perez with the latest in health.
The National Institute on Aging and National Institute of Health says dementia rates have decreased 24% in the U.S. The drop is due to Americans educating themselves on the disease. The decline in the dementia means there are 1 million fewer Americans suffering from the condition. Dementia is a chronic disorder of the mental process caused by brain disease or injury leading to memory loss. The study began in 1992, collecting data on people over the age of 50 every 2 years. Not much has changed in 15 years as Americans struggle with their health. The Commonwealth Fund reports U.S. citizens rank last against 10 other wealthy countries when it comes to emotional distress and skipping doctor visits. The group found 43% of low-income Americans went without medical because costs were too high. The report finds Americans are more likely to have chronic conditions such as heart disease, diabetes, and high blood pressure. Compared to people in other countries, Obamacare was meant to lower health care costs by getting more Americans health insurance. An estimated 20 million more people are covered with Obamacare, bringing the rate of people without health insurance down from 15% to under 9%. Now back to Julia with the latest in entertainment.
The 2016 American Music Awards brings artists and controversy to the stage. Gigi Hadid, along with her co-host Jay Pharoah, called out the president-elect Donald Trump and wife Melania in their opening monologue.
I love my husband, President Barack Obama, and our children, Sacha and Malia.
However, some viewers at home didn't find humor at the impersonations of soon-to-be First Lady Melania. Since Sunday, the model has offered a handwritten apology for anyone she offended. In spite of the mockery, Selena Gomez made her first appearance since she announced a career break in August due to health issues. Gomez received the favorite female artist in pop rock genre. It was her honesty that stole the night.
Because I had everything. And I was absolutely broken inside. And I kept it all together enough to where I would never let you down, but I kept it too much together to where I let myself down. I don't want to see your bodies on Instagram. I want to see what's in here. I'm not trying to get validation, nor do I need it anymore.
The speech brought many tears as well as loud cheers of support from the crowd. Kanye West is hospitalized hours after canceling the remaining 21 dates of his St. Pablo tour. Thousands of his fans were left disappointed this weekend despite receiving a full refund. The rapper left the stage after performing only 2 songs and going on a political rant, admitting he didn't vote in the election.
Get ready to have a field day, Perez.
Los Angeles police say officers were called to a house on Monday near West Hollywood for a disturbance at around 1:20 in the afternoon. West was taken to UCLA Medical Center and placed on a psychiatric hold. A close family source says he is currently being treated for the stress and exhaustion. Now back to Alfredo with sports.
Jurgen Klinsmann is no longer the head coach of the U.S. men's national team. The decision was made after 2 consecutive losses in the recent qualifying games. Klinsmann began coaching the U.S. in 2011 after Bob Bradley was fired. Bruce Arena will replace Klinsmann as the head coach. This will be Arena's second opportunity as a head coach. The Los Angeles Clippers defeated the Toronto Raptors last night at Staples Center. The Clippers dominated the Raptors throughout the entire game. They were up by 17 at the halftime. The Raptors managed to stay in the game with a good performance by Kyle Lowry. Chris Paul and Blake Griffin each scored 26 points for the Clippers. Paul also added 12 assists. The Clippers are now 13-2, holding the best NBA record. They are also undefeated on the road. After 11 years, the NFL returned to Mexico for a Monday night football game at El Estadio Azteca. With the score tied 20-20, the Texans turned the ball over on a crucial, controversial play in the fourth quarter. Raiders took the lead when Derek Carr threw a short pass to Amari Cooper, who had a 35-yard touchdown reception. The Oakland Raiders defeated the Houston Texans 27-20. The Raiders will host the Carolina Panthers on Week 12. Houston Texans will also play at home against the Chargers. Let's go back to Jannette with more news.
The middle of my shirt.
Now let's go to Matador News reporter Cheyenne Conaway with students' reaction to Thanksgiving.
Thanks, Jannette. Thanksgiving falls on the 4th Thursday in November every year. This year, many California schools are observing the holiday by giving students the whole week off. CSUN students don't have the whole week off.
I'm pretty used to it. It's pretty much what I've, experienced, from a community college and coming here. It's the same kind of schedule, so it happens, yeah.
I actually don't have that sort of negative feeling because my Wednesday professor actually canceled class this week, so I'm pretty happy about that.
I don't like it.
Just Thursday and Friday off really isn't too much. You don't really get to do much. It's just basically like he said, the weekend off. That's all you get.
Absolutely believe that we should have a whole week. My little brother has the entire week off, and I'm jealous because he has 7 days of sleep that I don't have, which I really need.
CSUN students may not get the whole week off, but many say they are excited to celebrate the holiday with family and friends.
Well, of course, my family for supporting me and for supporting everything that I've done thus far this year, and for, of course, past just not this year, for my professors, for my friends.
Any certain food you're excited to eat this
Turkey
Thursday?
And ham.
Awesome.
I don't know, everything. Yeah.
What else do you think? Is that good?
It's being able to get into college and paying so far, and my family, everybody being healthy and safe, nothing been going bad.
Thankful for my family and the blessings I've had this year, and hoping to keep bringing them on in the next year coming up.
Happiness.
Can I just get your first? In 1863, President Abraham Lincoln declared Thanksgiving a national holiday, some 250 years ago after the first feast. To this day, many Native Americans say Thanksgiving tells a sugar-coated story of togetherness, but the real story is of conflict between the settlers and the Native Americans, which resulted in the deaths of millions. Although there are many traditions on Thanksgiving, it is still a day to celebrate with family, friends, and food. Now back to Ke-Alani in the studio.
Well, one family has 2 things to be thankful for this Thanksgiving. A mother in the Bronx got the chance to hold her twin boys for the first time. The twins were conjoined at the head and shared 2 inches of brain tissue. After planning the surgery for a year, the 27-hour-long operation was successful, but it hasn't been easy. The twins have been fighting off unplanned infections, fevers, and seizures. Despite the battles, the doctors are pleased with the progress. The McDonald family is so grateful to have their babies back and look forward to their future.
Thank you for watching Matador News. I'm Jannette Alvarado.
I'm Ke-Alani Sarmiento.
I'm Alfredo Perez.
And I'm Julia Espinoza.